Today is a kind of a very serious day. It is very hot, and I just felt the desire to do this video. And also, I'm feeling kind of hot. We're having a heat stroke in this country, so I decided to on the hair. So I don't know if you can deal with the sound or if you can actually hear me say the things that I want to say today. So I want you guys to bear with me, okay? If I switch off the AC, it's going to be very, very hot for me, and I will start sweating as I'm doing the video. And I don't want to be doing that again, so I just decided I'll be on the AC for now. Maybe we'll get used to the sand on the ground, okay? So today, I will be talking about how to deal with family members that are unconscious or they don't want to wake up. How to deal with this type of people. We need to know how to deal with them in this day and age, and we also need to know how to treat them. A lot of conscious people nowadays, they don't know how to deal with family members that are not conscious, and this is a major mistake that a lot of people are making today. So I want to go into that topic, and I want to be able to tell you guys how to deal with such situations. So please, I think I will off this AC. It's making a lot of noise. I think it's going to affect the live feed. So let me just switch off. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Okay, yeah, I'm back now. So I'm just going to deal with the situation of the heat so you guys can hear what I'm saying. Okay, Queen Mermaid, welcome to the live chat. Today is going to be really, really serious because I have a lot of things to say today. And I want to go into this issue of how to deal with unconscious family members. These are people that we normally grow up with in the same house. They are your brothers, your sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, your father and your mother. This is a situation whereby you discover that you have woken up, you have realized that there's serious problem in the world, and you want to change things. You just cannot go on living the way you were before. You just cannot continue like that, and you want to make a difference. But you discover that as you are trying to adjust to your new reality of being able to see the illusion, the lies in the world, as you are trying to adjust to the reality of things by focusing on yourself and by building your sense of character and strengthening your spirituality, you will be having people that will be causing distractions. You'll be having family members that will be attacking you, coming at you, or accusing you of living religion, of practicing evil, practicing witchcraft, or being a bad person. You will see family members that will come out to say, okay, you no longer go to church, or we cannot do anything with you anymore, we cannot give you financial assistance, we cannot have you come into our house, we cannot have you living with us, we cannot have you just being around you. That we start attacking you. You will have situations whereby friends will leave you alone, or people will start saying bad things about you. And how do you deal with this kind of situation? You will also find yourself in situations whereby once you start telling people about the truth about African history, African spirituality, what you have discovered, people will start spreading rumors about you, saying that you are crazy, you are a bad person, you don't know what you are doing, you have been initiated into a secret societies. They will even go as far as reporting you to the police, reporting you to everybody that can help you. They will just want to spoil your name, drag you down, so that people will think that you are crazy or something like that. So as a conscious person, when you find yourself in this kind of situation, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with your family members that are unconscious. This is the situation that many people find themselves today. I will be talking about this from my own experience, being somebody that came from a family that I can say that 95% of them till today are still unconscious. By that I mean they are heavily into Christianity and they are heavily ignorant. And the funny thing is that these are people that claim to be educated. These are people that they all have university degrees. In my place, my tribe from Africa, Delta State, the Yoruba people, they are the kind of people that pride themselves that every Yoruba man or father will tell you that my children went to school, my children are educated. They all want to put their children through Western education. Today it's very difficult to find an Yoruba man that did not go to finish an higher institution. They struggle and they die to enter into a university, to graduate, to have that piece of paper calling this certificate. I read something. They love it in that tribe. But as many of them love this education, spiritually, they are also seriously uneducated. If you see the average Yoruba man today, I challenge you. You will come across these people. Just ask them if you see anybody that's claiming to be an Yoruba person today from Delta State. Just play with them casually. Ask them to tell you about Yoruba spirituality. Ask them to tell me about your cultural spirituality. I would like to know which deities are there. How do you practice it? What do you do? 99% of these people will tell you that Yoruba spirituality is evil, that it is demonic, that it is diabolic, that they don't practice it. In fact, they will tell you say Jesus Christ is their savior. This is a very big shame, and this is the way they behave. This is a tribe that these are some people that used to be some great people in the past. But I will say this tribe, I don't want to give example of any other person's tribe, so that they will not say that I come on YouTube to be bashing their tribe. But a lot of tribes in Nigeria are like this. Tell me about your tribe's spirituality. They have zero knowledge of it. Zero knowledge of it, zero knowledge of their history. And these people, they have university degrees. They will pride themselves that I went to so and so school. Some of them will tell you that they have master degrees, they have PhD, but they have zero knowledge of their spirituality, zero knowledge of their history. And they call themselves Africans. Their Africanity only ends in speaking their tribal language. This is what you see with modern day African youths. It ends in speaking only their tribal language at best. Many of them nowadays cannot even speak it. That is issue for another day. It's not that the language you must speak it to be an African. The spirituality, which is the core, is totally non-existence. That nucleus, that knowledge of that thing that connects you to the continent, connects you to the bloodline, it's like that thing has been I will not say it's wiped out. It has been covered, like they have tried to totally neglect it, to erode it from the consciousness of the person. It is still there. It can still be awoken because it's a living entity, but it has been shut down, completely shut down. It has been made redundant. It does not work inside them. It's completely dead. Does not transmit, does not receive energy, does not receive wave signal. It has been successfully shut down. Okay, so the Africanity of modern youth is in speaking their language, dressing in the cultural attire from time to time, and knowing how to cook their cultural food, and knowing their boundary of their tribe. This is where it ends for them. This is what they are teaching them to know. That core that connects them to African spirituality has been successfully destroyed. So this is what you're going to find in these people. So you see these people, we have a lot of them in Africa running around with black skin, with big dicks and big asses, claiming to be from Africa. But spiritually, they are not from Africa. They are like caricatures. We call them Neuropians, half Africans, half Europeans. meaning they are nowhere. They are not completely Africans. They are not completely Europeans. So they are Neuropians. I don't want to call them Afropians. They are Neuropians. So you're going to find this trend in the Yoruba culture, and you're going to find this in a lot of African tribal culture. So when you come from this kind of African settings, you see everybody around you are Neuropians, and you know that you cannot continue like this. How do you cope? You cope by distancing yourself spiritually and mentally from these people. Quite naturally, when you are spiritually conscious, you just naturally gravitate from them, but you find yourself living with them. One thing you need to know is that when you start living with these people and they find out that you are not like them, there are some that are enemies of Africa. They are enemies of African spirituality. These are the people, the bad people that we already have in the continent before the white men even came. And some of them that have eaten this witchcraft of Christianity, they will start attacking you. The aim of the attack is to force you to become like them, so that you will not grow out of the ponds. You will not be different from them, and you will not fulfill your life, because being out of that chain, you are free. You are not binded by the religion. You are not binded by their myopic views, rules, and regulations. You are not binded by their tradition. And they hate this. They want everybody to be under control so that they can be manipulating everybody. They want you to be doing the Christian nonsense with them. They want to get more access to you. They want you to be abiding by those Christian laws or those religious laws so that they can be able to get more access to your wealth, to your finances, to your time. But when you cut off from them, they cannot be able to do this with the religion again. These are the people that are, I call them emotional blackmailers, vampires. They don't want you to do anything with your rational minds. They will always want you to believe in hope, faith and hope, instead of using the mind of logic and reason, which is backed by science, to live your life. They want you to be living on hope, praying and expecting things to happen, with actually working for things to happen. So when they find out that you are different, they keep attacking you, trying to make things difficult for you. So when you have this kind of brother and sister, at the same time, they will be pestering you. They will come to you if they see that you have something that they need. Maybe you have money, you have material resources that they need. They will be pretending to be your friend or your brother so that they can be getting those things from you. They'll be squandering it. At the same time, they'll be blasting you, be spoiling your name, be trying to destroy or sabotage your personality and everything about you. Then when you start having problems, they will say it is because you are not a Christian. That is why you are having problem. This is how these people operate. Whereas they are the source of the problem. These are the people that we keep calling you on the phone, asking you for financial assistance. They need money for this, they need money for this, they keep having problems. Their problems never end. You will think that you are doing the work of a family member, you are a good brother, you are a good sister, you are helping out. So you keep giving them money, giving them money, giving them money, until you will not have any money anymore. So they will just keep draining you. This is their work. That's why I call them vampires. They are witches and wizards. They are spiritual vampires. At the same time, they claim to be your brother and your sister. What they do is that they will be draining your financial resources. So instead of you having money to plan your life, maybe money you're supposed to be using to build your house, build your business, or invest in your family, in your relationship, they will not even let you have a relationship. They will not let you get married if you are single. They will say you should help this brother, you should help this person. You will keep up helping that person. The person will never stand. You will keep on paying money for their school fees, paying money for other people's school fees. And these people secretly, they hate you. In my own case, let me give an example in myself. When I begin to be conscious, I start reading, studying about African history. I have brothers and sisters, all of them claim to be, they went to university. In fact, only one person did not go to university in that house for clinical reasons. These are people that They claim to be more intelligent than me. I even thought they were more intelligent than me because they used to have good grades in school. They used to have higher grades, good results. But deep down, I know that I'm always smarter than them, because these are people that are kind of conformists. They don't do things outside the traditional protocol that they have been given. I am somebody that always like to explore, somebody that always like to experiment, adventure. But these ones, the so-called siblings I have, they are people that just follow protocol routine. And for me, that is not, I'm not that kind of person. I don't have that kind of character. I've always knew something was wrong with the Christian religion. Even when I was a boy, when I was 8, 9 years old, I knew something was wrong with this religion. Something is seriously wrong with us going to church every Sunday. Every Sunday, my parents, my mom must take me to church. What are we going to do there? We're reading from one book, seeing different kind of priests, seeing different kind of pastors, wasting time praying and clapping. I know all these things just do not make sense. But the problem I was having, I did not have anybody that would tell me there was another way. And I did not have any reference point because they don't teach African history in Africa. So when I was in secondary school too, as I began to have more independence, as I grew up as a teenager, I started breaking up from the religion. Because I believe I spent too much time in that religion. When I was a teenager, when they give me money to put offering, I always split it into two. I will take half, I will put the other half. And I make sure that I always put the lowest money in the offering. I'm not ashamed. And then they put more than 20 naira for inside the envelope for the offering box. And then they put more than 20 naira. Then harvest time, my mom will give us some little money, maybe like 200 or 300. Make we put that this is harvest. Inside that one, I will take like 300. I will leave only 100. I will use the other 200 to go and buy beer. Because I know that the Reverend Fathers, they are thieves. And I believe people are already giving them too much money. And I know that I don't have enough money. So I need to be splitting the offering because they cannot just be taking everything. It is not fair. So I started micromanaging my own things from that point. I know that the things was wrong. And when I look at the people inside the church, I always see that everybody is a sinner. That time we were going to Catholic church. In the Catholic church, the people that sit in the front row are members of secret societies. This client of St. Molumba and Freemasons, Ogboni. We all know, we didn't even know secrets, but we know that these people, they are members of secret societies, but they sit in front of the church. They are given the best seats. So I start to question all this. How can people that are Ogboni, they are evil people, how can they be sitting in front of church and pastor is blessing them? I always knew something was wrong with this system, and it also still happens like this. So I start moving out with these people, but I was still going to the church because there was no other way to explain. And you have to go to church because it's like a community. If you don't go to church, they will say you are evil. From time to time I go. I also do my experimentation with African spirituality, something that just happened naturally. So it got to a point when I graduated from the first university in Nigeria, I just got fed up with the country. I knew that I can no longer live in this country because everything was not satisfying me. I've been seeing life in other places. I watch TV, watch news. I wanted something better, and I believe I could have something better. I want to live a life whereby I'll be free to do what I want. I will not be restricted by religion. I want to live a life whereby I can have security in the places I go, not in a country whereby they don't have constant power supply. And the country have a lot of money. Even till now, they don't have constant power supply in Nigeria. Even as I'm speaking to you this 2023, they not get light for Nigeria. Everybody uses generator. It's a shame. I cannot live in this country anymore. And the kind of people I see, many of them have low mentality. The Christianity is clouding their judgments, and they are living a substandard life. Substandard life, substandard relationships. Everything is substandard. I don't want to be they are like living an average life. I don't want to be the perfect average. I have seen many people come from average family, go to average university, they graduate, they get an average job, they get into an average relationship with an average partner. At the end of the day, they live an average life. and they become the perfect average. I have seen where this will go for me, and I don't want to become the perfect average. I wanted something more. So I said, no, I have to leave this country. And I got fed up with the squandering, the corruption, the abuse of power, the nepotism, the tribalism. It's just that we just can't be able to move forward. Till today, the country have not been able to move forward from all these things. The same problems that was happening more before I was born, we still have the problems. The same people that was ruling the country before I was born, they are still ruling the country till now. The same old cargo, they keep saying youths are leaders of tomorrow. But you see a country where presidents, people do not retire. We just see one old man of over 70 years was ruling us. Now another old man of over 80 years have become a president. When is the youth going to have time to be leaders of tomorrow? I just cannot accept this kind of lifestyle. So I carried my bag and I left, I flew out of Nigeria by way of Egypt, by way of India, by way of Malaysia, by way of Thailand. I've been to so many countries. And all these countries I left, as I was traveling, I was stopping on the way, I was seeing places. I discovered that these countries, they were not Christian countries. And everything was working well. They are not Christian country. Egypt is not a Christian country. India was not a Christian country. Malaysia is not a Christian country. Thailand is not a Christian country. Everything was working well. They have very good infrastructure. People are so nice. Everything is updated. There's lights. There's speed. Everything is working well, 100% efficiency. And these people don't even know what is a Bible. So that is when I start questioning this religion, this Christian religion I have been brought up. I said something must be wrong with this religion. How can we be praying every day and people that don't pray are living better life than us? Something must be wrong. And whatever is wrong with this religion. It means that we are not practicing it well, or there's a way that is better. That was what led and informed my study of Buddhism. From Buddhism, I traced it to Hinduism. From Hinduism, I traced it all the way to Kemet in Africa. That is how I started my journey, by questioning my social structure. What is happening around me? I was not satisfied. I was not happy. And I did not rest until I discovered the truth of the whole situation. That is how I switched from Christianity to 100% African spirituality. This is what brought me to now be sitting here in front of this YouTube channel, talking like an oracle, because I have lived the life. So my experience became me, and I became the journey. This is what happened to me. And a lot of people today, conscious people, they find themselves in a similar situation. So when I became conscious, I gathered a lot of evidence. I started reading, studying African history. I gathered a lot of academic evidence, because I know that my family people, they like to read. And when I tell them that I have left Christianity, some of them will be shocked, and they will want to ask me why, what happened. And if they ask me what happened, I will be able to show them this evidence, scientific evidence, to prove why I left this religion. I was happy because I said now I can be able to help my family people that have been wasting all their time going to church. They don't need to be giving all this pastors' money anymore. They don't need to be wasting their time as well. They can get this knowledge, and then we can move forward. My people spend a lot of money in giving to pastors. I have family members that dashes money. Anybody, once you just come to our gate and you say you're a pastor, my mom will just dash you money. I don't miss small money, very big money. In fact, she squandered all my father's wealth by giving it to pastors. It pains me, and the person is still doing it today. And a lot of African people that do this, they give a lot of money to these pastors, these men of dogs. So I wanted to stop this situation. I said I will give them a lot of evidence. To my surprise, when I got home, I told them none of them were interested in looking at my evidence. None of them. These are people that claim to go to school, that always when you come to academic, they'll be smart enough. I have this, I have written this paper, I have this, I have that. None of these people refused to look on any of my evidence of what I have discovered about African spirituality and the fakery of Christianity. None of them till today. I was shocked, but I was unrelenting. I continued with my practice. Instead, these people started telling other people around the area, around the family, that I am mad, that I have gone mad, that they don't know what is wrong with me, that I am now a member of a secret society, I am a very evil person. In fact, some of them went to be telling me that I want to kill them. One of them was telling everybody that I want to kill them to do ritual. This is what my own family members are saying. These are people that I have given a lot of money. The first set of money I made when I traveled abroad, I was sending it to them. They have benefited enough from me. This is money that if I have kept for myself, I would have used that money to build a very big duplex in my country. I would have built a very big house, but I say no, I love my family. I want to help them. People were calling me, I need this, I'll give them money, give them money. Money I should have kept for myself, buying them things, trying to make them live a comfortable life. But I never knew these people, they hated me so much. I never even knew that the thing was even deeper. So, as I begin to practice more, to go deep into my spirituality, I discovered that these people, they are not only just ignorant Christians. These people, a lot of them are enemies of light, they are enemies of knowledge, they are enemies of truth. They are working for the other side. In fact, I just put out, they've been winch. They've been winch when take Christianity, take cover face. So now that through that time, I can't know, say these people when they deal with, so they'll not be even just say they be ignorant people. They are actually working against the progress of this continent, of the country, of anything good. So when I discover this truth about these people, I say, whoa, so now waiting that they do with these things. Oh, and besides, these people have been operating for a long time. They have been attacking me. I don't even know that these people have been my mortal enemies, and we are all from the same family. I have no option than to vote, because all of them are in a gang. Me, I'm not part of the gang. So what I want to go do for them? These people made an attempt on my life, made an attempt on my son's life. They failed. They did so many things. I have to give them chance. So my explaining this thing to you is to know that some people in your family, they may not be the people that you think they are. We have this kind of people in Africa. Not everybody that have black skin is a good person. All my skin folk ain't kin folk. So I came from a family that is full with a lot of these evil people, especially from the mother side. These people, they are very deadly people. We have some tribes. Every tribe have different character. What I've come to realize in Africa. If you want to marry, you have to be very, very careful. Especially if you are from Africa. Don't just meet a girl and just fall in love. All girls are not the same. There are some girls you will get married to that will elevate you. There are some people you will marry to that will bring you down. There are some people you will marry to that will kill you. You don't enter one chance. They will just kill you, take all your property. We have different kind of women. So please, for my brothers that will be watching this channel from Africa, one major advice that I will give to you: if you want to marry, don't marry for infatuation. Marry somebody that have the same spirit with you. It doesn't matter if the person is not fine like that person. Marry somebody that have the same mentality, that you are spiritually in the same boat, on the same page. That is the most important thing you should look for in a marriage, rather than beauty. A lot of men have failed today because they married the wrong woman. They married their enemies. A lot of men have died before their time because they married their enemy. It is better for you not to get married than to go and marry your enemy, because the person will torture you, and your children, if your children don't have the kind of witchcraft spirit that they have, your children will be in serious pain and bondage. I have experienced this kind of thing. There are many things I cannot talk on YouTube, but you get the idea. So I come from a home that I have seen evil in action. Evil people, when they say these people, when they say the people that walk the nights, I don't see them in action, koro. I have witnessed their activities, I have experienced them. I know how they operate. I know how they connive with the church, with Christianity to do evil. Once you will know that when you discover these people, they will pretend to be your friends, to be your brothers and sisters. But they are not your brothers. They are looking for how to siphon, how to bring you down. So as a conscious person, the first thing you need to focus on is your future. Anybody that you are connected to, say brother and sister, and that person is an adult, consider them not your responsibility. A family is a place whereby people come out to, it's somewhere you come out from to reincarnate. I was talking with somebody yesterday on the phone. I was discussing the same thing. This is a conscious person, was relating their experience to me of how the family was treating. And a lot of people have relayed this experience to me. I have said this several times, so I want to say it today. For those new people that are coming on this channel, you will come across these kind of things. Okay, so you need to know that your family members, not all of them are your friends, and you are not responsible towards any of them. You only reincarnate from them so that it will look like you came from somewhere, to say I come from this part of town, I come from this tribe, I come from this family. It's just a gate where people reincarnate from. So the fact that all of you share the same blood, the same parenting, doesn't mean that all of you are the same. All of you have different soul, this different life purpose. So when you come from the family, you see that your family is dragging you back. My advice for you is to cut them off. If you don't cut them off, you will end up quickly in 6 feet, or you will be in a situation whereby you will be totally helpless and nobody will help you. They will drain your resources, then they will leave you there, they will start suffering, then they will start laughing at you again. People that brought you down, they will be the ones to be laughing at you. Say, see, he say he's smart, he's practicing African spirituality, God don't cash him. What you do bad, you not follow them. Anything will happen to you as a spiritualist, as an African practitioner, they will say it's because you are not a Christian. That's why bad thing is happening to you. Then when bad thing happen to them, when be Christian, they go say, na devil, night do. This is the way these people think. Okay, so when you see these people like this, there's nothing you can really do for them. When you have woken up as a conscious person, you find out that your brother is still inside this, your sister is still inside this. How you treat with that person, you cut them off financially. Don't give them money anymore. Any money you give to this kind of people, consider it as charity money that you will never get back. It is waste. Because the mentality of these people, when you give them money, they'll feel that as you are not a Christian, your money is worthless, your money is evil money. So your money is money for squandering. So they keep squandering your money, or when you're living abroad, they think that you're picking money on the ground. My own case, I was living abroad, sending money home, giving money for them to help me to build house. Any small thing I send money, go to phone big brother. They try to help family so that they will have a taste of the good life I was living. But they squandered all this money. Today, what they say about me is that I'm a wayward person, that I went to abroad to squander all my money. I am coming to drag father's property. These are people that killed their own father because of his property. Now the thing don't hook them, they not get where they won't go again. So you're going to see a lot of wicked people in family. When you come from this kind of family, don't follow them to go and drag family property. Don't follow them to do anything that will tie you and them financially together. Separate yourself from them. Don't say you want to build house. My mistake, I want to build family house for everybody so that everybody will have a place to stay. Don't do it. Leave them. Focus on yourself. Who want to die, make it die. Okay? Not be everybody go survive before. Don't allow anybody to use you to change heads. So cut yourself off from them. Find a partner that have the same mindset with you. Then start living your life. If anybody come for you for assistance, show them the problem you also have. When one come, you show them you get problem. The second one come, you tell them you get problem, they will leave you alone. Separate yourself. If you are living in the same locality, pack to somewhere where they're not going to see you. Out of sight is out of mind. Back from there, change your number, change your phone number, or block their numbers. This is how we treat this kind of people. Because these people, they will never stop. They will keep pestering you until they finish you. This is how they do. At the same time, they are pestering you. They are spreading evil words behind you that you are a bad person. So you don't have business with this kind of people, because both of you don't operate on the same wavelengths. So these are people that have refused to evolve. For you to have this consciousness of spirituality, it means that you are a higher being. Spiritually, you are higher than them. So you don't need to bring yourself to their level. By you trying to help them, you are putting yourself to their level, and you're losing your self-respect, and you are giving them access to hurt you. You're giving them access to come into your life to cause problem for you to hurt you. So you need to cut them off. You must cut them off. Okay, you must starve them. Don't give them anything you give them. Don't expect it back. It is waste. Because many times you give these people money, they will take part of that money to go and give thanksgiving to their pastor. When you give them money, you're trying to help them, they will say that it is their God that is manipulating you to help them. It is their God that is using you to help them. If not, you will not help them. Then they will be telling people this kind of thing. They won't be telling you to your face. This is the most painful thing. Thereby, they will be giving the impression that their God is more powerful than you, that their God is binding you. So the best thing is to stop. I used to have this friend one time. I was dating this lady, making not be like, say, I not still date my own African lady from Nigeria one time. I can't come across this person. This person was okay, but the thing is the religion. So the thing was going off and on, off and on. During that time, I was the only one that was helping this person. During that time, I was a little bit on the upside. So I was the only one that was assisting this person financially. Then this person will take the money. He will still be telling me that it is a God that is using me to help her. That all the people she knows, nobody is helping her, it's only me, and I am not a Christian. So she feels that our God now kind of put me in bondage to help her financially because I am not a Christian. So I will just tell her, look, these people that you have been going out with, I know how you people are. Christians are very wicked people. I know how you people operate. They don't think like normal human beings. I am helping you out of the goodness from my heart because I see that you are suffering too much. But this person still believes, and this person still having the dream of taking me to church one day, that I will repent one day. I was looking at it, me repent, me that teach African spirituality. I say, you don't know who the follow talk. So it got to a point I say, okay, I'm going to show you something. I will stop helping you. Let me see how your God will force me to help you. This is how I stopped helping this person. The first time I stopped for a whole year, I didn't send that money, didn't do anything. I was waiting for the God to come and put a gun to my head. The God did not come. Later on, I went to town, I got in contact with her again. The person was saying, oh, you were very bad, you just knocked me, you don't remember me, you didn't do anything. I said, I was waiting, you not get sense now. I've told you that this thing you carry for head, you not go favor, you need to drop them, and you need to change your mentality. By the way, this person is looking for husband. She has given money to so many pastors, buy shares for so many churches, do fasting, prayer all night, sweep church, sleep church. She never see get the husband. Pastor does shop and well. He never see get the husband. I say you need to change your mentality. This is not the way to go. The person have not changed the mentality. He's still believing that it is God, that one day God will give an husband. This person is over 40 years old. Even older than me. When he starts with the thing again, I have to block him. I say, well, this thing before, there's no way I will be ish up to somebody will get this kind of mentality. And besides, the thing is not supposed to go any more than this. It's not a serious thing. So I have to block the person. Till now, that person, I'm not sure say it does still get husband. And the person still get this church mentality. We have a lot of women like this in Nigeria that believe that it's God that will give them husband. That if they keep praying every day, they keep going to church, they keep paying tithes, keep sweeping church, doing this for church, one day husband will just appear from nowhere and put them for house. These women does not work on adding value to their life. They don't think that working towards an husband actually making themselves presentable, developing wife skills like cooking, taking care of home. They don't believe in actually doing active dating. They just believe that if they pray too much and they pray very hard, they will have a husband. Many of them are like this in Nigeria. They don't have husbands till now. I don't think many of them will have, because many of them are stupid. And I know most men don't like stupid women, even the so-called Christian men. So we have a lot of women roaming in Nigeria now. It's a shame, but I have to say it. They will never get married. We don't even have enough men, and marriage is quite expensive right now in the country. And with the way things is going, many of them have even lost hope. Many of them have lost hope now of even getting married. They now call themselves baby mamas and slay queen. They just have child and they go from men to men. But this is the situation they put themselves. It's not my problem. It's their problem. So you're going to find people with this kind of mentality in your family that believe that when you help them, it is their God that is manipulating you because you are not a Christian. So the best thing is not to help these kind of people. Don't give them money. Let we see how the God will come and put a gun to your head. And these people, just like you, they know that something is wrong, but they have refused to listen to the calling of the ancestors. They have refused to know anything about the African history, the African spirituality. They have refused to learn about themselves. Despite the fact that we have internet, everybody have smartphone. They have refused to do any research. They don't even want to know. They are spiritually lazy. So as far as they say that we have this system, we already have Christianity, and a lot of people believe in Christianity, so they don't need any other spiritual system, and they are living well. So they just fake the life too. They fake the life. When you go to them, you see them, they're pretending that everything is all right with them every Sunday. They dress fine. They give the impression, they give testimony like God is working for them. The religion is working for them. Everything, every aspect of their life is working fine. This is the impression the Christian people give to you. But deep down, they're having lots of problems. Lots of problems. I know how many pastors have come to me for spiritual work, almost on a weekly basis. Pastors contact me. Pastors, people that you think that they are closest to God, now them they go native doctor as pass. Now pastor, now they not do jazz pass. In case you don't know. I know how many pastors I've threatened very soon. I will start doing pastor series where I'll be showing you their text message. I don't delete, I don't tire. There's one again last week. This one I threatened, I still save that on text message in my phone. I don't know how it will look like. I've warned them. If you're a pastor, don't come asking me for stuff to do spell for you to get followers. Now them not go native doctor as pastor. But you go to teach them be better person. They are more desperate than even kidnappers and bandits. This is what we see. Then another thing again, you find out that these the same people too. This is the one that pains me the most. These the same family members. They will take your name, your picture to go and give to one pastor, to go and tell the pastor that you are an evil person because you are not a Christian, that you are the source of all their problem, that the pastor should pray that God will touch you to destroy you or to repent you. They will give money to this pastor. Then this stupid pastor, sometimes we try to make contact with you, to want to talk to you, think that they can talk you out of this thing, or they want to preach to you. Sometimes we want to come to even ask you to help them. There have been sometimes my previous family members, they have contacted pastors to come and do some kind of things to me. The pastor will come and start asking on how to do spell to get more followers. Pastor that is sent to come to hurt me, to come to pray for me, or to come to destroy me, is not asking me to do spell for them to get more followers for their church. You know, say you not get sense. They will go and give your name to pastors. These people that will take my name to their church to say that I am an evil person, that they should do general prayer, 3 days prayer, that they will pay the priests so that God will touch me. Then they will do the doing prayer. Then I will hear people are calling my name somewhere. I will just be looking at these stupid people. Sometimes the spirit will tell me, this is what they do, be disturbing your sleep. So this is a serious problem. If you have this kind of family members doing this, just cut them off, block them. Don't give them any financial assistance. Let them drown. Sometimes hardship gives people sense. Hardship brings wisdom. So by you supplementing their stupidity, helping them financially, you are actually encouraging them to become more stupid. So you are also guilty of making them ignorant. So you need to teach them some hard lessons from time to time. If they believe that their God is the source of all their needs, their great provider, their number one beneficiary, that their God can do anything. They always say this word, there's nothing God cannot do. Nothing God cannot do. Close the tap. Don't give them any money. Make that God, when they believe so, make it pay their school fees. Make the God pay their house rents. Make the God put food for their table. Make we see how the God go take do am, because many of them need to get sense. So you need to be teaching these people hard lessons. When you help them, they will say you are a bad person because you not be Christian. So make them go meet their God, make it help them. So that's why they do them. So I stop helping them. And besides, another good thing you can do again, when you let them know that you are not even a Christian, many of them, they run from you because they already talk trash about you. So it be bad. Shame not to feel like they associate with you again for public. Because they'll say, you don't spoil me for my back finish. Now you won't come, the same person you say is an evil person. You can't be seen with the person again in public. So shame cannot let them come close to you. Those ones that are always pestering you, they cannot ask you for anything again. So you will not have rest of mind to be sleeping properly, because the request will come reduce, because you be a bad person. They don't already say you be a bad person, so they cannot ask you for money anymore. So it's a good thing to come out of the closet sometimes and declare, let them know, look, I'm no longer a Christian, I practice African spirituality. You show them you're red and red. Let them know, say, come, I'm not at this level again. Make them see them. So any money that comes from you is not coming from the Jehovah. It is coming from your ancestors. This is why I tell them all the money I have is coming from my shrine. So you want to take shrine money. Now you know. You cannot call yourself a Christian and you'll be taking money from devil to eat. You take money from devil to solve your problem. Which kind of Christian you be? But many of them not get shame. They go take them. They not get shame. They go take the money. They go see insult you again, because now the way they be that. Now maggot night they be. So the best way to deal with these people is to cut them off. If you find yourself that you are under the authorship or guardianship of this kind of person, maybe the person that is helping you, is sponsoring you, is the Christian, and you are the conscious person, you simply keep quiet. Don't show them anything. Just pretend to be there until you get what you want. When you get what they want, you leave them. Because many times if you're under their guardianship, if they discover that you are not a Christian, you're not following them, they will also cut you off too. They want to force you into their religion. Religion that is a place of death. So when you also discover this kind of thing, you also starve them. Let them go. Let them die. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. Okay? So this thing, there is no any nice way to put it. We have these people in our families. We have the good people, we have the bad people. They are part of us. And if you see yourself as a conscious person, most times, people like us, we're not many in the planet. We conscious people, we are not many. The ignorant people that are always in large numbers. That's why you see sand everywhere. But to see gold is very, very difficult. So when you find yourself that you are different from these people, and you find that you are the only one in the family that is like this, it simply means that you are the light in that family. You are the one that is supposed to bring light to that family. You are the one that God actually placed there to open the eyes of these people, to move them from this low level mentality. But when you see that the people want to draw you back down to their level, you'll leave them for there now. There's nothing you can do for them. It's like you trying to help a drowning man, and the man don't want to help himself. The exercises will only end in futility. At the end of the day, they might drown you as well. So you got to go help somebody who don't want to help himself. They will drag you down to the level that you cannot even be able to stand up anymore. This has happened to many people. And when they drag you down, they will be the first ones to go and tell people that God has bring you down. All what is happening to you is because you are a bad person, because you are an evil person. They see you do this, they see you do that. All the things that does not even concern them. They will start talking trash from their mouth. I have seen this a lot happen to so many conscious people. So give these people a chance. Besides, we have too many stupid people in the planet. We have so many ignorant people. I call these people matter. They are just occupying space, wasting the resources of this planet. They are not adding value to the planet. A lot of these Christians, these religious people, they don't add value to humanity. They are just wasting the resources. So we should not be helping them. We should just let them starve. Let them just go their natural way. Let them just delete. It's better that way. So for you to go to help this kind of people where you know say they cause problem for the planet, you get the way it be. I don't know. So you need to make the decision by yourself, Sha. It's open to your personal discretion. Just leave them. Don't keep sustaining people. At the end of the day, you complain that you help. People you help, that they pull you down. God has already blessed you. I've already removed you from that level for a reason. You woke up. You have this consciousness now for a reason. So you cannot go and be mingling with unconscious people. You can't bring yourself down again. Meaning, now you do yourself with that now. You don't like better thing. Then from time to time, we also have friends that are unconscious. Friends that we find in our place of work or where we live. How do we do with such friends? When you know that your friends, they are unconscious, they don't care about life, they don't care about anything that will even move the race forward. It's left for you to find a way to deal with them. You don't treat those people on the same level of mentality with you, because una two not there on the same level. So don't treat them as equals. You will need to be sending them message. If you find and say they don't get sense, they don't care about this spiritual thing, not bring yourself down to their level. If you the wrong things with them, but anything you are doing, make sure that you always your intentions are always prioritized. Make sure that everything you are doing, what concerns you is what you will be prioritizing in that relationship all the time to make it favor you. We don't do things for unconscious people that will not value it. Okay? So most of the time, now you go they take charge of the thing, of the situation. Now you go they direct their affairs, because you don't find that say these people they not get sense. So anytime you waka with them, make sure that waka favor you. Make sure that the waka is something that you really, really want. It's something that you need to do. Okay? So put yourself first. Because when you help somebody that don't understand the value, that don't deserve it, you are just wasting your time. We have a lot of people that will complain about white supremacy today, black people, but any little money they have, they give it to white supremacy. Recently, I have a friend. He wants to. All he does is that he only does things that trend. If you want to buy a phone, it must be phone that is trending. If it's not iPhone or Samsung, he doesn't buy a phone. If you want to buy clothes, it must be clothes that is the topmost designer. I am not saying that you should not wear foreign people's clothes, but when you want to spend your money, Try to spend your money in a way that will empower people that are supporting your progress. Not every single dollar or naira you have you'll be giving to white supremacy. Sometimes give some to local businesses. Support your own African products. Sometimes buy some things that will promote your own things. You see white people today. You see a lot of my African people here. When I go to different countries, you always see them in KFC, see them in foreign restaurants. Anytime they want to flex, they go to club, they buy foreign whiskey and drinks. Anything they do, every money they have is for white supremacy companies, especially Jewish companies. You give all your money to these people and you want to fight them, it is going to be very difficult. On top of that, on Sunday, you will still go there again to go and bless their God again. Everything you are just living your life to support white supremacy from morning till night since you were born. When you see African product, you hate it. Anything from Africa, you consider it inferior. If it's made in Africa, made in Nigeria, it must not be authentic. You want to buy Kevin Klein, you want to buy Versace, you want to buy, what is the other one, Louis Vuitton. Made in African clothes, you will not buy. Anything made in Nigeria, you will not buy. And you want your country to grow, you want your economy to grow. Will it work? From time to time, you need to be thinking of how you spend your money. You need to be conscious of the way you spend money. If we really want to fight white supremacy, you need to prioritize your spending. It's not everything you'll be buying from them. As far as you keep giving them all your money, you will never be free. That's why you see a lot of these Western countries, they hate China. Because since China stepped into the game, China has been bringing value for money. A lot of products people buy from China now. We don't give most of our money, and I have to thank China for that, because they are freeing us from the shackles of Western countries. If not for China now, I don't know how which level will be in a more lower level in Africa, if not for China. So we have to thank God for China, because our people now, they are not still ready to even step up. So now China have stepped up, and we have to thank God for them. So we have option now. If we want to buy something, we can choose to say, okay, I will buy this product from America, I could buy it from Korea, or I can buy it from China. If I have three options, I will buy from China. First, because I know these people, they are not the ones that come to colonize us. They are not the ones that are fighting us every day. They are not the ones, I'm not saying they are 100% good, but they are not the ones that are killing black people every day in America. They are also not the ones that are looting and causing wars and causing problems in other parts of the world. So I will want to support people that stand for peace, quite naturally. So we need to be thinking like this. You will see of many of our people that don't even go to African restaurants. How many black people, how many white people you see going to African restaurants to eat? But you see our people always happy to go to Italian restaurants, to go to other people's restaurants to be eating. We always are very quick to patronize their things, to make it cool, to buy their products. We don't focus on ourselves. So the way we spend money is an issue. We should not be spending money on things that don't give us value. We should not be spending money on people that will still be insulting us. We say they are family, even the person they sick self. Leave her for there, leave her for there. He go wake up. There was one time, one of my patients that start sending that is always sick every month. The sickness not on the end. The next they say I want to do high operation. I stopped sending money. Till today, the person high is still clear. He eye never blind. This is not a person when one won't kill himself. They send me. You find out that when you want to start living life, and that time they call you from morning till night. There's problem. When you don't they get this kind, just notice the people that they wish. Now only wish could do this kind of thing. Only person when don't want your progress could do this kind of thing. Now you just carry your own problem, they dash another person. You not get shame. You go see situation that somebody will have children. You will have children, you will be asking somebody else to give you money to take care of your children. Like saying I ain't born out for you. and that person too have their own children. Oh. We have this kind of parents, and this kind of parents, they are usually religious parents. Religion. It's a very, very painful thing. So, as a conscious person, you need to step up and teach all these people lesson. You teach them lesson by letting them face their responsibility. You teach them lesson by letting them see the folly of what they are doing. Somebody cannot take all their salary to go and pay tithes. There was one time people always disturbing me. When I caught some on Facebook, they stopped. You will see adults when Christmas time, New Year time, they will take money, they say their first fruit and give to pastor. Some pastors will even greedy. They will not say bring 10%. They will say your full first salary is for God. So January, you are not having any income. So after you give your full first January salary to one pastor, they will start begging for money on the internet. So when I wrote this thing, I insult them. I say after you give your money to a pastor, you come to be begging money on internet. God will punish you. After I insulted them on internet, many of them offended me, and I was happy because this is exactly what they do. A lot of women do this. So when you want to date, please date conscious women, and conscious women are hard to see. That is a problem. So many of our men, most times, they just manage these women. They just manage them. So the matter long. But one thing, if you find out that you are not contented with where you are not happy, you can always leave. You can always travel. Go to another country. Follow your heart. Follow your destiny. In my case, when I see the people, see there's no way to escape these people. Even there's no way I want to not only escape these people, I want to escape this country. Because everything in the country seems to be substandard, and I cannot accept it. I wanted more. I wanted a better life for myself. So I left. I didn't regret. If I did not even leave the country, I will not be able to even have time to study and discover African spirituality that I am teaching now. A lot of people in that country, somebody never eats from morning. You they tell them about African spirituality. He never eats. What do you Islamic go read or make go learn? What do you want to learn? Doesn't make sense. So I will advise you people to leave. But if you want to leave, make sure you have things that you can do with your hands. Learn skills. Because it's not also easy outside the country as well. You need to find a way of getting money. You might learn digital skills. I advise you to learn skills that have to do with computer, software, programming, graphic designs. Learn something that you can do with computers. This is really what is going now. Get good skills. If you know how to play ball very well, you know how to sing, and you just have to have something you are doing with your hands. Learn some kind of skills that you can do, not come out of the country and still be begging for job. Even before you have job, get something you can do with your hands. If you don't know what to do, go and learn G. Go and learn how to press computer. It will help you. And not say make you go swallow cocaine. No. Learn how to press computer. Learn something you can do with your hands. If you can also learn native doctor work too. Anything where you fit do with your hand. Then you leave the country. Okay? Don't be trapped with this kind of people. Don't be trapped. Don't allow your destiny to be unfulfilled. Okay? Don't be trapped in religion. Don't be trapped in stupidity. Okay? So please, you need to know how to deal with these people. You will always find these unconscious people everywhere. Conscious people are very difficult to see. So you need to know how all these things. That's what I'm saying about it. This is how we deal with them. We cut them off. We block them. We starve them. Okay? So you can have your rest of mind. And you can have peace of mind. And you can be able to live the life you want to live. So forget about blood connection. We have many family people that are your enemies. They say, now who know man, I the key man. So for the fact that you and somebody come from the same womb does not mean that you are obligated to help them, or you are obligated to think like them, or you are obligated to be stupid like them. If they don't want to change their mentality, leave them for where they dey. Okay, salvation is personal. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. I hope that a word is enough for the wise. Questions and comments are welcome once again. You can like and share this video. If you are interested in learning more about African spirituality, my website is there, River of Knowledge. You can learn a lot of things on this channel. You can also join my program where I teach about African history and African spirituality. You need to register. There's a lot of benefits and powerful stuff in that program. Okay, if you want to do your spells, X6, packs, the whole 9 yards, you know where to find me. And please, if you are a pastor, do not contact me. I will cost you very, very much. So please respect yourself. Then for my people that have been watching me, my fans and my well-wishers, I thank you guys for being here today. I can see 11 people here. I'm so happy. I thank you guys for supporting me. And I thank you guys for keeping the fire burning. It's not easy to practice this stuff, but as well, on the road together, we also grow together, and we have a work to do. So I thank you for taking this challenge, this time out, this sacrifice we are doing is not going to be in vain. So we move forward and we'll always win. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. So take care and bye.